Hey guys, this is Scott Leroy Marketing, coming in for another weekly tip, and today's tip is actually on something that is brand new. You can not only delete a document inside DocuSign, so you've always been able to delete a document inside DocuSign, but you haven't been able to actually re-upload the exact same document to have it signed again. Alright, so say for instance, if someone is maybe the transaction has fallen through and you need to resend the document to a new buyer or new seller. Alright, this will actually give you the option to do that now. So what you'll want to do is first go into realestate.docusign.com to access your DocuSign account. And of course, you can also go through the opportunities first to then access DocuSign in the back end too. All right, but once we're in here, we can now view our rooms. All right, so here's our recently viewed rooms. Or of course, I can always click on the rooms option up here at the top to see all the different rooms that I currently have accessible on here too. Alright, so once we're viewing our rooms on here, what we'll want to do is click on whichever room it may be that we're currently working in. So I'm going to click on this one real quick. Alright, and this is going to take me to the back end where I can actually view my actual room. Alright, so these are all the different details about the actual room that I have set up, whether it's my actual details, documents, people, envelopes that we've sent out to be signed, alright, anything of that sort. Now what we'll want to focus on though is the documents section. Alright, so once we click on documents, this is where we can actually view all of our prior documents on here. Alright, so at the end of the day, if we want to go through, we can actually delete any of these. If I want to delete this FMLS addendum to FMLS exclusive right to sell contract, I can click the little dot at the top left up here, and that'll give us the editing options, of which we can then go through and click the delete button. Alright, so once we click that delete option, that's going to delete everything for us. Alright, now previously what would have happened is if we tried to go through and add this again to send off, it would not allow us to actually send. Alright, so if I click on that add option and I go to DocuSign Forms, it wouldn't allow us to actually pull up that document because it was previously done. Alright, so now I can actually go through and I can pull this up since it's been deleted. Alright, so here's my addendum again. I can click that add option. Alright, it's been added over to my documents. And now I can go through once again and I can actually click on this document. So I'm going to click on the little top left again to select that little circle option. And now I can go through and I can actually DocuSign. Alright, so once I click on the DocuSign option up here. There we go. Alright, so now we can actually specify. Here's the envelope we're sending out. And once again, remember, an envelope is basically a way to get your clients to sign any documents. Alright, and now we can go down and select our recipients, alright, whether we want to add inside pre-tagged roles, room recipients, or email addresses. So I'll do room just for the time being, and I'll say this is going to go over to ourself and then also the buyer one on here. Alright, so I've got those both added in. Alright, so now that everything's completed, I can now go through and I can click that next option. And of course, once again, you are able to go through and change the email subject or the email message that's being sent to your buyer or seller, so in this case, my buyer. Now if I click that next option on here, there we go. Alright, this is where we can actually go through and start to add inside that information again. Alright, so now I can actually say I want to add inside my signature. I can add inside my info on here. Alright, so I can actually add inside that option on here to sign immediately and specify who the recipient may be. Alright, so now I can go through and I can re-add in documents that I previously couldn't in order to actually send this off again. Alright, so once again, this will work perfect in case you happen to have potentially, a contract fell through and you need to send this again, especially on the buyer side. Alright, if a contract may have fallen through and you're putting in a contract for another property. Alright, or if you happen to have a new listing, a new seller, new transaction on that side, whatever it might be. If you ever need a new document and you couldn't add it in before because it was already signed, well, now you can. Alright, so now once I have this added in, obviously I can update anything I want to on here. I can change the recipients as well. Alright, and once I click that send option, it'll send immediately for me. Alright, so then I can add inside fields or I can send without it. So I'm going to send without it real quick. And there we go. Now it's automatically sent off. Alright, and then we can access that immediately. So there you go. So that's how simple it is to actually go through and tweak this even further to now send off deleted documents that you can re-upload or re-add to send again. So there you go. So that is your DocuSign tip for the day.